Side, not taking casually. So it happens by constantly working inside our head before doing any action. So that very doer in me, created by the mind, depends on the past impression, goes away. And from then comes, we are doing all our actions. You are moving your hands, talking, doing, eating, everything. That state of mind is beyond likes and dislikes, beyond attachment and detachment. 5 things are there on the dining table. You like the one, it is automatic. It's a response of the mind. So you choose that, and if it is not there, your mind says, eat to live, eat it. My Guruji used to say that his mind always hated potatoes. But if he goes to somebody's house and they prepare the vegetable with the potato, he said, I will take it. So 2 things will happen. You are taking, the mind does not like, and you are still taking. You are crushing the mind. Mind, I don't live, I am not guided by you. And he said, I used to eat, and after a few days, few months, everything gone away. Karma 24/7, it is extremely important that we should live in sadhana 24/7. The moment you wake up in the morning until you retire, whether you are working for your family, daughter, business, money, car, anything and everything. Awaken to that state every day. So what is going to happen? Then every day is full of, the mind is full of calm and peace. Because if the mind creates the doer, so I expect an enjoyer. Do you see that the mind is a doer? Then it has an expectation. Expectation causes the attachment. Attachment causes the result. Either it is an attachment or detachment. Understand another part is also important. Intellect gets the knowledge. You told me many a times that you have an understanding. Now, yes, you understand it. But that understanding has to be realized by the mind when we have a change in our attitude. It is the mind that will translate. But if the mind constantly is craving for doership and enjoyership, is constantly running for attachment and detachment, that is what is impulsive mind. So science cannot go deeper, but we understand that impulsive, instinctive animal mind is programmed. Programmed by likes and dislikes, attachment and detachment. So that is why in Sadhan Chatushtaya we have Vairagya, dispassion. You see, that is why we have dispassion. So first is the Viveka, intellectual understanding. Now the knowledge is already there. Now the mind should follow that knowledge. But it will not follow the knowledge if I remain as a doer. I know you have studied, you are a well-read person. You have studied that meditator, meditation, meditating, these are the three factors. When they merge together, it leads to awakening. Known that you have heard it. This is the way. So the very doer is not there. So when you practice meditation, the very meditator is not there. You are already there. Do you see that? So it's a preparation. By karma, you are constantly preparing yourself to reach to that state. Then you sit in meditation and yes, there is no meditator in me. But meditation is continuing. Do you see that? That happens when we start playing our role. I have been stressing again. And when we start playing our role, then we know 100% with the clarity. I experience that I am working on the mind is not working on me. Mind is working on me only because it is impulsive, it is instinctive, it is habitual. It creates a sense of ego, it passes on the information to the intellect, and the intellect says, yes, you are right, do it. It is very important. And that is in another expression. The master says, understanding in the head, feeling, mind. So normally when we talk about the heart, it is all about the mind. So the knowledge must go to the heart, and from the heart it goes to the hands, means action. Action. We should put in our mind or in the intellect that without action, there is no life. Life without action, action without life. I cannot imagine. Now action is there. So behind action, the doer is there. So I am attacking the doer by the knowledge inside and performing my action outside. In few weeks, you will see a tremendous change in your attitude, in your behavior, in your thinking. In our thinking also, because it is the thought that creates the desire. Last time we covered. So if I do not think in the way masters are saying, then nothing will happen. I know you. You is a thought plus consciousness. Michael. I know Michael. So Michael is, it's a thought. But my knowledge is equal to thought plus consciousness. That is how the intellect acquires the knowledge. Who is Taurus? Where he lives? You see these thoughts? But without consciousness, I cannot have a thought. Now see that? So now if I have a thought of attachment, impulsive and instinctive nature, it hides the consciousness. Then I say thought and consciousness are exactly one. And if they are one, it means thought is a matter. And if thought and consciousness are one, it means consciousness is also a matter. Then our journey stops. Then there is no importance of this Eastern wisdom, no importance of yoga, meditation, etc. If we say thought is consciousness, then journey comes to an end. Thought is a matter. It's constantly changing. Why we have many thoughts? We have many thoughts, we have many objects outside. Many objects, many actions, many thoughts, one consciousness. So to get a glimpse of that state within Karma Yoga, Karma Yoga separates that. If we do not separate, then, and we have to separate it by Karma Yoga, so that the mind understands that mind, you have to perform action in this way. You have no choice. Why? Because I have to work on the mind. Now let me give you some light on solving your challenges. You talked about your business in terms of the Karma Yoga. So we have two types of desire. Be 100% clear. Desire for something I do not have. Food, shelter, clothes, what I need for daily life. No problem. Have that desire. Have the desire. But desire for what I think I do not have. Desire for what is the necessity of my business, profession, no problem. Desire for I think I do not have. That is a projection. And the projection creates an ego. Desire for I think I do not have, the mind has already projected happiness and peace in that object. You deal with euros, very good. Can you show me, is happiness written on euro? Is security written on euro? Hammer the mind. Instantly. Tell me. See it, physically see it. Euro upside down. Happiness is there? No, not written. Security is there? Not written. Fearlessness is there? Not written. You become more creative in your profession. Your mind is not attached now. Mind is not limited now. Do you see that? You have to see that fact, that knowledge. Happiness, security, fearlessness is not written neither in the home, nor on the euros, nor on the dollar. It is not written. This is what I am saying. Desire for I think I do not have. Desire to have. Become King Janka. He was ruling a great kingdom. He continued to live into the same kingdom. He continued to manage after awakening. He used to punish people. He used to punish those who did wrong, went against the law. They were hanged. He was still living with the family. He was doing everything. He was performing all his job very well. It only demands understanding. Understanding. let us go a little deeper. Why the mind takes over us? First thing is the doer. I do not get rid of the doer. Second, that doer triggers my attachment and detachment. That attachment and detachment projects happiness, security, fearlessness in the objects of the world. This is the series. This is the series. Now, bring the fourth factor. I am not aware. I'm not living a life consciously as a seeker. Then, intellect says, I have understood the principle. But mind cheats us. How? You see, you are so much tired. You are so much fatigued, You have a lot of work to do. Now, you see that. First, he says you are tired, and then he goes back to the same attachment, projecting the happiness. Understand it clearly. So the master says that is why you see I'm linking it so that it becomes very clear to you. So that you become more extraordinary aware the moment the mind says you are fatigued and tired, relax. Do you remember the 6 inner treasures? First is sama. Now see the beauty of their link. There are 2 different texts. Everywhere in all the texts, including Gita, they have put these 4-fold practices directly or indirectly. So don't worry about attachment and detachment. Don't worry about passion. Check the mind is relaxed and calm 24/7 is sama. Now see that I'm linking it to the Karma Yoga. Sometimes we are confused, what should I do? I'm really tired. But mind says, no, but you have to do it. So the doer still remains. What Karma Yoga says, get rid of the doer. See the connection. You will understand, I know. You are wise, so you will pick up. That is, so mind can play, mind by hook and crook will put me into the doership. Because it contains millions of impressions of attachment, detachment, and that attachment and detachment is the cause of projecting happiness there, security there outside. So mind says, if you are not doing like this, then how can you earn money? It creates a fear. Now ask a question. It has created fear. Ask another question. Understand knowledge. Knowledge part is there. 2 options we have, and choose one option. One option, mind is seeking an object outside to be happy, to find security, to be fearlessness. One option. What is the second option? Now, as a seeker, the mind wants to remove unhappiness in me. Why am I seeking happiness? To remove unhappiness. Why am I seeking security? To remove insecurity. And where it is not in the object, it is here. Make a choice. Are you getting it? Getting it? You see the beauty of our teaching. Am I seeking happiness through an object outside where it is not? Why I am seeking? Because of attachment and detachment. Why attachment and detachment? Because of likes and dislikes. Why it is? Because I want a solution for my security. I want to solve the problem of insecurity, of fear. but it is not there in the object. So as a seeker, my focus is to check unhappiness, remove it. Insecurity inside, remove it. Focus there. So when I focus there, the doer is not there, then where comes the insecurity? Where comes the fear? And then you are performing your job every day. You are happy. See the beauty of that is why we always stress on fourfold practices. We have to understand, and I'm linking it. It came to my mind just now. So you see that. So mind, are you calm? Now I'm not looking for attachment, because if I continue to think about where is the attachment, where is the detachment, the mind will catch me. Mind will say, yes, this is the only way. Then I will forget the knowledge. Then I will ask the question, how to deal with my honey, how to deal with the business, what to do with the car. I'm already attached. The mind will take you to all the objects outside. You forgot the main thing. And when you forget the main thing, so you remain the doer. You are seeking the fruits of an action, and then you are gone. This is what happened to, I told you about the Indian guy who did it, who lived with me for 8-9 years, and he left it. And then he called me. Did I tell you that he called me? He called me recently, sir, I realize I did a blunder. I will join again. I said, very good. It's okay. It doesn't make any difference to me. You join, I'm ready. You don't join, that is also okay. Because the world is full of crazy people. They will definitely come to me. Indirectly or indirectly. So you see that, go back to the same thing. So you remember that doer, attachment, detachment, likes, dislikes, passion, craving, doership, and ultimately then the mind plays a trick with us. You see that how much tired you are. You are totally exhausted, and still you have to achieve your target. You see that it looks very logical. Mind plays the trick that looks extremely logical, and it keeps the doer. That is the problem. And once you remove that, leave aside. I know euro does not have a happiness stamped on it. It stamps, you have 1 euro, 2 euro, 5, 20, 100. They don't have a stamp of security, fearlessness, happiness. Same thing with any object. When you're talking to honey, become aware, where is the happiness written there? In my honey. Where is the security written there? You make a fun of the mind. Inside, not outside. So when you are making fun, you are making your life easy. Okay, home is good. I have a big house. Okay, mansion is there. Okay. Let me find out where the happiness is written. You virtually, consciously start searching, asking the mind. You'll have a bigger smile and your mind becomes easy. Now the mind is not going to run after the attachment and the doership. I have to work on my mind. If you work on the mind, then what will happen? Now see another part. Most beautiful thing happens. The mind stops giving any value to anything, any object outside. That mind is calm. And that mind will look inside all the time, 24/7. Now, no value outside. What exactly I am searching outside? Happiness, security, fearlessness, freedom. That is what I'm searching. Now, when I don't give any value to any object outside, the mind has to go within. There is no other option. I make fun of the mind. So then the doership is lost. The doership is lost, and you are flying in the sky. That is the secret of Karma Yoga. That is the secret of Karma Yoga. See that. Understand that. That is why in a traditional way, the master guides us that do japa all the time. You see that mind is guided by the intellect inside and converted into an bodily action. Om Namah Shivaya. But if the understanding is not there, the mind says, I will Om Namah Shivaya, $1 million, Om Namah Shivaya, beautiful women. Now, you see that. It has no value. And people have been doing it because when they do it, they enjoy their projection. They enjoy their projection and they see, I feel very calm. Obviously, when you dream of what you are seeking, the seeker is intact, attachment is still there. That is why my master used to say that you are doing mala and the japa for 10 years and still you do not reach anywhere. So the knowledge is required. Knowledge is required. I did it. I tell you, nothing happened for 2-3 years. And after that, when I started with the Karmala, so I evolved, this is what it is. So then, it revealed to me, this is the way. My sense organ goes for attachment, and detachment, it picks up the object. Tongue, food, taste, ears, sound music, eyes. So I said, come on, my 3 sense organ, I will take care of you now by the Karmala. So that's how I discovered that practice. Even there is, later on I found it that it is also, in a different way, it is already present in Tantra Yoga. In different texts, but in a different way. So when you reach to a state, you naturally reveals. Now the mind helps you to find out how to break this pattern. And that is what I offer to the people. I understand the principle. That is why I say the knowledge is realized by 9 primary practices, means 6 inner treasures, Viveka and Vairagya 8, and the 9th one is the intense desire. I become a seeker. I desire now freedom. Now I desire freedom from insecurity, not through an object, projecting happiness there. You see? So that and all the 9 practices. This is what I say, we have a free will. So use the free will here for knowledge and understanding. So to remain calm, at peace, to keep the mind in calm and peace, I use my free will. Am I fatigued? I know, mind, you are going to make me crazy. Let me relax first. Calm down. I know you will create a circle. So the more and more, that is why I gave the 2 practices early in the beginning to everyone. relaxation, self-awareness. Self-awareness practice involves active steps. Relaxation is a passive. So I deal with the passive mind. The mind also triggers some impression. Active practice to purify the mind. And then raise your awareness. Why we cannot raise our awareness? It is because of the attachment, detachment, doership, likes, dislikes, projection. My mind, you see how clever the mind is. Mind has projected happiness in the euro. Why? Mind says, once you believe me, I will take you to a long journey, constantly seeking a desire, pleasure, pain, until you die. Cycle of law of karma, birth and death. Look at it. We forget about the next birth. We do the same thing. We are repeating the same thing again and again every day. So that is why Krishna, our master, says you have to break this cycle. Jnana Yoga inside, Karma Yoga outside. Jnana Yoga, only the real self is the doer. There is no doer. So one master says beautifully that sama, the first treasure, is mastery over the mind. What is mastery over the mind? The mastery over the mind is the way I think, and thinking gives me the knowledge. So that is why Jnana Yoga inside. Sama is calm, relax. I am asking the mind to remain relaxed and calm all the time. It cannot remain relaxed and calm with attachment and detachment, with a craving and projection. It will create a doership. So that master rightly said, I love this master, that he says it is nothing but the mastery over the mind. And what is the mastery over the mind? The way I think. The way I have those thoughts in the mind. So now a particular thought takes me to raga, takes me to attachment and detachment, likes and dislike. It has already created a doer. So sama, he says, okay, I believe that is the real meaning. Sama means shanti, calmness and peace. But how the calmness and peace will come? It is the mastery over the mind. The way I think. So the way I think, it goes with the past impression. It goes with the same habit, impulses. I have to change that. So there comes the principle. See that? Karma Yoga. So we are listening and learning and also understanding so that we can introduce these steps in our daily life. So once we have understood this entire process, then this mind awakens to another principle. That are we part of the world or independent of it? So the real self is independent. But the body, breath, mind, intellect, ego, thoughts is a part of this world, the part of the Prakriti. And Prakriti is governed by 3 gunas. And behind the 3 gunas in me is the prarabdha, the past impression. So my Guruji used to say, what belongs to you, it will definitely come to you. Nobody can stop it. And what does not belong to you will be taken away by this prakriti. That is what is we say prarabdha. Have you not seen? You worked hard on a particular project. You got a little money. You worked casually on a different project and you got more money. It might have happened many a times. You have a right intention towards the honey at a particular given time, and the honey doesn't agree, she reacts. So what it teaches us? That the result that I get based on prarabdha. Let me accept it. Why to worry about result? Let me continue with the right and good intention. Let me continue to work hard without being a doer. Let me leave everything on the prakriti. It doesn't mean that I don't plan, I don't organize, I don't work. Do you see that? Do you see the clarity? Do you see the sense of freedom? I told you that every session is a complete session for me. But it depends on the seeker, how much they evolve. How much they evolve. Yes, you are wise, so you can easily understand. So that's why I'm bringing it again in order to club it all together. We have not covered the word false notion. I am seeking security in a euro that is outside me. It is a false notion. But it does not prevent me earning euro. Now see, I will continue to work. If I cannot work, how can I eat? So let me continue to have that desire minus false notion that this object will give me security, will give me fearlessness, will give me happiness, because they all are inside. That is the problem of my mind inside. Let me continue to do. Pick up another point. By habit, by impulse, we are motivated by the habitual mind impulsively to earn. Change that. Change that. That impulse, that habit, that craving is projecting happiness outside. Have a desire to earn $1 million or $1 billion. Minus projecting happiness, security, etc. etc. Main theme is Jnana Yoga Insight. Jnana Yoga Insight means I am not the doer. We have covered in many ways. I am not the doer, so why should I seek the fruits of an action? It does not prevent me to act, think, plan, organize. Whatever I am doing, let me do it. Minus, so inside is gone, the doership. Outside I am already performing an action. What will happen? You will enjoy every moment. Then you can treat the path of, you can easily go to higher state of meditation. This is what is preventing us. This is what is preventing us. And we discussed also how much this doer, that I, is contributing in a particular action. Do you remember? I am seeing you. What? My eyes are seeing me. So do you brand that I am my eyes? No. Now I am listening to you. Oh, so ears. You are ears. We are 100% clear we are not none of these sense organs. See effect. You see how these different masters. This teaching is from the Upanishad. One is from the another text, and here is the Gita. So I'm combining bringing all those steps to be very clear. How much sense of I, which I claim that I have earned $1 million. What is the contribution of this I? If the wealth is not outside, how can you earn? Come on. Finish. You are getting something from outside. It is present there. That is why you plan, you organize, you earn. So how much is your contribution? Or is it that you created the wealth outside first and then you started earning? So we have to get rid of the false notions. And they all come from the same thing. The impulsive mind makes me a doer, attachment, detachment, likes and dislikes. Then false notion, projecting happiness, projecting security. What exactly we are seeking in our life? Are you seeking freedom? Yes. Am I seeking happiness? Yes. Am I seeking fearlessness? Yes. Just ask yourself. Ask yourself. So now ask another question. Do you love happiness? Yes. That is your nature. Why are you seeking outside? Is love your nature? Yes. Why are you seeking it outside? Do you want to survive? Yes. I am existence. That is why I want to survive. That is why I want to survive. That is why I love happiness. So now that is the first part. Now go to the second part. But I am unhappy. So I have to treat unhappiness. I don't start searching an object which will give me happiness. That creates the doer. Here you are treating unhappiness. No worries. You're not thinking about the doership. You're not looking for the result of an action. You are free. See, that is the way of doing the karma yoga. You see, that is how it works. No, just think of it. Do I love happiness? Yes, I love happiness. Why? It's my nature. Do you love stress? No. Instant no. Do you love anxiety? No. Do you love fear? No. Everyone, even the illiterate and the fool will say no. Only we lack awareness why the mind is crazy, makes me crazy. Only one thing. That is why we say impure mind, pure mind. From Amrit Bindu Upanishad. Mano hi duvidham proktam. Ashuddham kama sankalpam. Shuddham kama vivarjitam. Mano hi dividham proktam. Shuddham cha shuddham eva cha. Mind is of two types, impure and the pure. And so I must get the knowledge where it gets the impurity, where it gets the purity. Ashuddham kama sankalpam. Now see the beauty of these teachings. They go back to the same fundamental principle. Ashuddham, impure mind, has two elements. One is desire, second is projection. And Shuddha, pure mind, devoid of it. Absence of false notion. So absence of false notion, absence of doer. Absence of seeking the fruits of an action. I am treating unhappiness, I am treating insecurity, I am treating fear. I am not looking happiness in euro, in big house. It does not mean that I should not build a big house. If I have the resources, let me do it. But if I don't have it, I don't crave for it, I am still calm. I am still calm. What a beauty. When I understood, it blows your mind. You see how these masters have think. It is beyond the thinking. The knowledge is revealed to them in meditation. And then they explain these principles. Then they explain principles. That is why Krishna says, now you see, the action is unavoidable. You cannot avoid action. You cannot refuse. If you refuse, Prakriti takes you to tamsik guna, then you are just lying down, sitting, doing nothing. But still, how long you can sleep? If you can claim that you are doing nothing, but still you are doing. Action cannot be avoided. And if it cannot be avoided, then let me use this action to change my entire life. We cannot avoid Prakriti. Prakriti continuously changing, evolving. From the amoeba it evolved elephant, and from elephant it has evolved human being. I don't have a choice to be human being, but I have a grace that I am a human being. I can follow the right path and evolve myself. I can accelerate the process of evolution. Do you remember the definition of yoga by Vivekananda? Yoga is a process. You see, a definition like physics. Yoga is a process or a method to compress one's evolution in few hours, in few weeks, in few months, in few years of earthly existence. Eastern wisdom is a process. We all are evolving. We will evolve and reach to the highest state maybe in 100 births. So what Eastern wisdom is doing, it is compressing that evolution. In this very birth, you evolve to the highest. Done. Compress our evolution. What is that compression? Because I am eliminating those factors which is preventing me to evolve. What are those factors? Being a doer. That is the biggest problem. Being a doer, seeking the fruit. Why we are seeking the fruits? Same thing. Happiness is not written in euro, not written in house. I have tried to find out everywhere, but happiness is not written there. I went to the restroom, to the kitchen, to the bedroom. Here in this room, nowhere is written. So what happens? You possess a home and still you are homeless. So that action, the moment you start performing that action will change. So instead, now see another part of this Prakriti. Prakriti is constantly evolving, me, Sato, Rajo and Tamo Guna. So let me use the Sato Guna for meditation, knowledge and happiness. Let me use Rajoguna in doing an action without a doer. Rajoguna. Life is action, action is life. Why should I give all the credit to a false doer which does not present, who has no contribution at all? And let me use the Tamoguna not for laziness. When I sit for meditation, I continuously sit for hours together. Tamoguna, inertness. So let the body be inert. It prevents the mind to run after the object outside. So mind continues to live within. It drops serenity, calmness. We need a clarity, and this is what the clarity is. As we cannot sleep 24/7 in the beginning, we cannot practice meditation 24/7. But once we are in the state of meditation, we can allow that state to continue for 24 hours. You see that? Understand this part also clearly. That I cannot practice meditation, the word practice meditation 24/7. So what I think, I have practiced meditation today, it was wonderful. So that wonderful should remain present 24/7. How come it will remain? When the doer returns again, when the attachment returns again, when the likes and dislikes returns again. So now twofold process. I am constantly by the karma yoga making the mind pure, purest. Now I sit in meditation. So what is going to happen? That state continues for hours together. And one day, you are already there all the time. You're already there all the time. That is, yeah, my mind says what is left. I say 100 of things are left. It is so I should not give a break to my mind that this mind is revealing everything. No, 100 of things are there. See that Prakriti, Sato, Rajo and Tamoguna. So I had a sound sleep. I wake up in the morning. That very waking up in the morning is an activity of Rajoguna. And I add Satoguna. I recognize, I make a choice. I perform an action without being a doer. I'm evolving consciously. According to Aurobindo, I'm evolving consciously. So there is a total clarity. When you retire to bed, in your bedroom, you think, okay, Tamoguna, I invite you. Without Tamoguna, I cannot have a sound sleep. Sleep is a state of ignorance. Tamoguna is ignorance. So I'm not going against any of the guna. I'm participate in the very process of Prakriti. Every time I follow the process. There are people, my son's brother-in-law who lives with us. Wonderful guy. He uses this tamoguna wherever he finds an opportunity. He eats, he sits on the couch, he is watching television and snoring. He already goes into sleep. Are you watching? Yes, I'm watching. I'm watching television. And again you leave after 2 minutes. But we are seekers. We have to use the tamoguna in the right way. We enjoy watching him, I enjoy watching him. I'm sitting there. I have to remain awake. But when we are not aware of our life, then it happens. That is the reason, because we do not participate consciously with what Prakriti, in the process of the Prakriti, we fail in meditation. We do not go into the higher meditation. You see that? Huh? That is one more point. That is what Krishna says in the 6th verse. Control senses outside and thinking inside, mind will always fail. It is easy. I have controlled my senses organs outside. It looks good, but mind is thinking of the objects continuously, so I have to take care of inside. Normally, in a social level, in a society, we normally hold our mind. I want to be angry. My honey is crazy, but I am holding back. So inside I am holding, and outside I am calm. Why? So that I can rationalize and prove how you are wrong. Did you get it? It might have happened to you. Inside, I am angry. Outside, I am calm. Why? The doer, the ego in me, realized how you are wrong. So if I maintain the calm outside, I will prove that you are wrong. But I am already wrong, I am angry inside. Do you see that? And it happens many a times in our life. We withdraw ourselves, but we have a big face. This is what Krishna is saying, don't do that. By knowledge, change it first inside, so that you don't have a dual personality. Projecting happiness always has a dual personality. You see that? So beautiful women, she was attending many sessions, and ultimately it was under a part of the teacher's training. So after that she stopped, and I said, okay, I'm already be able to find my livelihood better, so why should I remove her from the mailing list? So she was getting a notification that join the session. I didn't ask anything, so she sent me a nasty email that why you are sending all these links to me. I'm not interested. And I said, I'm sorry, I deleted her. Unnecessary. I'm not demanding anything. In a group session, a couple is already paying me for every session. So I said, I'm okay with it. Join. I'm not seeking anything. I'm not asking anything. But when we are a doer, we don't understand even the opportunity that we have. And that also happens in business. We don't realize, because you are carried away by those things. So when you are carried away by those things, oh my goodness, then what happens? Then we have a problem in our life.
So doer is other side of desire.
What did you say?
doer is other side of desire,
Yes.
and it's block intellect because he see only one solution.
Solution and
Only
and that solution
object.
is a false notion. Now see that solution is a false notion. Why I want $10 million? Tell me. Security? Freedom? But freedom is inside here. I'm searching there. And I'm obsessed. You're right. So if that understanding is clear in the intellect, and then intellect push the mind to remain as a non-doer, come on. There is no worries. So you are always living in freedom. You have started living in freedom.